As we get older, keeping our shoulders strong and healthy becomes non-negotiable. Decades of use, along with the natural wear that comes with age, can take a serious toll on these joints. That's why smart, targeted training isn't just about building muscle, it's about protecting your shoulders so you can perform better in the gym and stay pain-free in daily life. In this video, I'll walk you through 9 shoulder exercises you're probably not doing, but should. They'll help you build rounder, wider delts for a more powerful look while also bulletproofing your shoulders against injury. So, without further ado, let's jump right in. Exercise number 1, seated Smith machine shoulder press. The Smith machine's fixed bar path provides stability you won't get with free weights. That stability means less energy spent balancing the bar and more effort directed straight into your delts. Because the movement is guided, you can safely push closer to true muscle failure, which research consistently shows is one of the key drivers of muscle growth. So, why seated instead of standing? Studies show you can press about 10% more weight in the seated position. More load means more tension on the shoulders, and more tension means more growth. And while this press heavily recruits the front delts, research also shows it lights up the middle delts almost as much as a lateral raise. That's because pressing in the frontal plane combines shoulder flexion with a degree of abduction, stimulating 2 heads of the delt in one powerful movement. In short, the seated Smith machine shoulder press lets you lift heavier, train harder, and hit both the front and side delts with a single exercise. Exercise number 2, cross cable Y raises. Think of this as equal parts hypertrophy tool and shoulder reset. The cable Y raise doesn't just build your mid and rear delts, it retrains the way your shoulders move. Unlike traditional lateral raises that load the delts most in the mid-range, Y raises hit hardest at peak contraction. That end-range tension is exactly what most lifters are missing, and it's what helps create that capped 3D look. Even more important, Y raises reinforce 2 key patterns that tend to break down with age: scapular upward rotation and external rotation. By rebuilding those, you set yourself up for stronger, pain-free pressing in every direction. This exercise also strengthens overlooked stabilizers like the lower traps and serratus anterior, the muscles that keep your shoulder blades moving smoothly and in the right position. When these are weak, mechanics fall apart, and that's where shoulder impingements and nagging upper back pain come from. And because you're using cables instead of dumbbells, you get constant tension, cleaner form, and no way to cheat the reps. That means more direct stimulus on the muscles you actually want to grow. Exercise number 3, reverse pec deck fly. When it comes to isolating the rear delts, the reverse pec deck is tough to beat. By bracing your chest against the pad, you remove momentum and force the posterior delts to do the work. Research shows the reverse pec deck produces around 90% muscle activation in the rear delts, one of the highest among shoulder exercises. Other studies highlight that the posterior delts gain maximum leverage for shoulder extension when your arms are at or above shoulder height, exactly the position this machine puts you in. For setup, adjust the seat so your shoulders line up with the handles. Use a neutral grip. As studies indicate, this activates the rear delts more effectively. As you perform the fly, think about sweeping the handles outward, not just pulling them back. That cue keeps tension locked on the target muscle. Simple adjustments, maximum payoff. That's why the reverse pec deck is a staple for rear delt development. Exercise number 4, wide grip dumbbell upright row. This variation targets the lateral delts while still bringing the traps into play for upper back density. Unlike barbells, which lock your arms into an internally rotated position that often leads to shoulder discomfort, dumbbells allow your joints to follow their natural path. The result is less strain, smoother execution, and more effective stimulus. Research shows that widening your grip significantly increases lateral delt activation. A wider grip shifts the humerus into a truer abduction path, reducing the forward flexion demanded by a narrow grip. This not only enhances side delt recruitment, but also improves trap involvement by promoting scapular retraction at the top. For best results, keep the dumbbells close to to your body as you start the row. As you pull, drive the weights up and out rather than straight up. This outward path minimizes internal rotation, keeps tension on the delts, and reduces the risk of shoulder impingement. The wide grip dumbbell upright row gives you the delt building benefits of a classic upright row without the pain that usually comes with it. Exercise number 5, Cuban press. The Cuban press is a hybrid movement that blends an upright row, external rotation, and overhead press into one fluid exercise. It doesn't just hit the delts, also strengthens the traps and rotator cuff, making it a powerful tool for both hypertrophy and long-term shoulder health. Start with dumbbells at your sides using an overhand grip. Pull them up as if performing a wide upright row. Once your upper arms reach parallel to the floor, externally rotate your shoulders into a goalpost position. From there, press the dumbbells overhead until arms are fully extended, keeping the scapula retracted throughout. Reverse the sequence under control to complete the repetition. The Cuban press delivers delt development, scapular stability, and rotator cuff strength in one efficient movement, making it an excellent accessory lift in your shoulder routine. Exercise number 6, cable lateral raise. When it comes to building the side delts, few exercises rival the lateral raise. The drawback of dumbbells is that tension drops off at the bottom of the range. With cables, the delts stay loaded from start to finish, keeping them under tension longer and making every rep more effective. To maximize the stretch, begin with your working arm slightly across your body before raising it out to the side. Many lifters lift with their pinky higher than the thumb, which reduces subacromial space and raises impingement risk. Keep your hand neutral, palm facing down for healthier shoulders. EMG research confirms that a neutral grip produces the highest mid-delt activation, and that performing raises with a straighter arm increases the moment arm, giving you more stimulus without relying on heavy loads. The result here is better side delt growth with less joint stress. Exercise number 7, chest-supported Y-raise. The Y-raise is one of the most underrated shoulder builders. Unlike standard lateral raises, which challenge the delts most in the lengthened or mid-range, the Y-raise peaks at the shortened position, giving the middle delts a stimulus they rarely get. It doesn't stop there. This movement also hits the traps, rhomboids, rear delts, and serratus anterior, all critical for scapular stability and shoulder health. Stronger stabilizers mean better mechanics when pressing and pulling heavy, which translates into stronger lifts overall. To perform it, set an incline bench to about 45 degrees and lie chest down with arms hanging straight. From there, raise your arms into a wide Y until elbows align with your ears. The key is strict control. If you can't reach overhead without swinging or shrugging, the weight is too heavy. Exercise number 8, butterfly raise. The butterfly raise is essentially a lateral raise taken overhead. Your side delts drive the arms to shoulder height, but as you move higher, the lower traps take on more of the work. Start with arms slightly forward, about 30 to 45 degrees from your torso. This engages both the front and middle delts while setting the shoulders in position to better recruit the traps. As the arms travel overhead, the scapula upwardly rotates, bringing the upper and lower traps in serratus anterior into play. This reinforces proper scapulohumeral rhythm, a key factor in staying pain-free as we age. Unlike a traditional raise that stops at shoulder level, this movement allows for full upward rotation, training the delts and traps through their complete range while feeling natural on the joints. Keep the weight light and the motion controlled. The goal here isn't overload but quality activation across multiple upper back and shoulder stabilizers. Exercise number 9, dumbbell face pull. Think of this as a free weight version of the cable face pull, performed lying chest down on an incline bench. It trains the rear delts, traps, rhomboids, and rotator cuff while protecting the shoulders from imbalances that often lead to pain and impingement. Rear delt development is essential not only for a rounded 3D physique, but also for joint health. Weak or undertrained rear delts allow the humeral head to shift forward in the socket, increasing decreasing the risk of shoulder problems over time. Set your bench low, around 15 to 30 degrees, so your arms can fully extend without hitting the floor. Hold dumbbells with thumbs facing each other. As you pull up, externally rotate so your thumbs point toward the ceiling at the top. Pause briefly, contracting the rear delts and mid to lower traps, then lower slowly. Add a slight arch in the upper back at the top to maximize upper back engagement. The combination of horizontal pulling and external rotation makes this one of the best moves for both aesthetics and shoulder health. And if you're struggling to build your shoulders but are limited on time or equipment, check out my video on the 7 dumbbell shoulder exercises you're not doing but should be. In it, you'll learn science-backed moves you can do with just a pair of dumbbells to grow wider, rounder delts while also bulletproofing your shoulders against pain and injury. Did you find this video helpful? If so, click the like button below as it'll truly help out the channel. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for more videos and don't forget to turn on post notifications so you don't miss the next one.